Alright, so you're on Bandlab and you want to learn how to make either a voice or a instrument sound like it's underwater or kind of muffled. There are some effects that you can put on to make it sound almost underwater. So you're gonna click on, this is what I got. I just picked a sample and then just it doesn't have to be a sample, whatever you put there. Just this will be an example. So this is how it sounds before. So it sounds over water basically. So we're gonna, to make that sound underwater, we're gonna go to effects down here and make sure we're highlighted on this. Otherwise, if we're highlighted over here, it will start affecting over there. Effects right here, we're gonna add effect. What you want to do first is, I have it on my recommended, it won't be on your recommended, it should be on your distortion, and we're gonna choose BL driver. And I don't know exactly what this does, but I have only used it to single out a certain range of the music. So there's like, this is tone and it'll say 1500 hertz, so this will be only focusing on the lower ends of the sound, and this will be only focusing on the higher end. This is drive, so this will make it louder and kind of punch more, whichever you choose. So if you do this, it's going to be a louder low end. If you do this, it's going to be a louder high end, and vice versa. The volume kind of just changes. Volume, it does kind of affect that. I don't know. But what you want to do is turn the drive down. You can turn it up a little bit if you want it a louder underwater, but I usually turn it down to either like 0.3 or 0. And then you're going to turn the tone down to around here to here, and that's going to give it only, because underwater you can't really move sound waves that well, so it's only kind of moving the lowest ones, so that's what's going to make it sound lower. So it kind of sounds completely different, and but it doesn't have that kind of feel, it doesn't have that kind of soul feel yet. So we're going to go to reverb, and we're going to pick studio reverb. You can pick Space Maker, that does work. It kind of makes it feel like it's farther away than it is in your headphones. But this is studio reverb. It's going to make it sound echoey, like you're in a big room, and you're going to make it up and down. For underwater, I usually put it around here. If you want it really echoey, you can do that. I put it around here. I don't know exactly what color does. I believe it just makes it a little bit more thick. And then we got size, and this does affect this. So if you have it up, it's going to be very, 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 so I put it around here or like here. So this is what it's going to sound like. Alright, so you got that down, you got the underwater. If that's how you want it, there you go. If you do want it to kind of turn into out of water, which a lot of songs do, we're gonna duplicate, so it's gonna be the same guitar, and this will have the same effects. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna X out of these, so this is gonna be the same, but what you're gonna do is you can do it over a couple measures, so you can have it over here and then move this over here if you want. But if we're just going in just this measure, it's gonna turn back out of water. This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make this slowly, you're gonna drag this makes it fade in. You can make it fade in another way, which would be this, but it is a lot harder to do. It's very intricate. We can get into that later, but we're just gonna move this all the way to here. So if it's over here, that means and you see this line, that means it's going to fade in. Then right here, we're going to do the exact opposite, because we're fading out the underwater and we're fading in the overwater. I don't even have a good name for that. So we're going to grab this side and we're going to bring it. And let's bring it about halfway, because we want this underwater to go for at least a little bit for whoever is listening to hear it and be like, oh, that's underwater. So it doesn't fade out too quickly. Unfortunately, you can't choose where you want it to fade. It's just always going to be. But you bring it all the way to the end, it should slowly fade. So let's see how it sounds here. See that? starts out underwater, slowly fades in. And then you can also do, if you don't want it to fade out so suddenly, do this, take this off. We're gonna have this fade out though. It's fading out, this one's fading in, so you can just have it go a measure and then fade out afterwards. And there you go.